fight. He'll go home sore and broken. He'll know he's been in a fight.
Are you willing to agree to that rehydration clause?
Like,
No?
he ain't making excuses already. If you want to come up with the big boys, come up with the big boys.
So how does the fight happen? Because he's too small otherwise.
Well, then ask that to him. But don't be talking in the ring and then want to come up with something.
Thank you, Conor.
Thank you. And Shakur, Wembley, locked in. Be ready. You want the rehydration clause? You gotta pay. Yeah? I still smash your first fight down at 147 in 3 years. I'll still give it to you.
After delivering a dominant performance against Teofimo Lopez and cementing his legacy as a 4-division world champion, Shakur Stevenson wasted no time in shifting the conversation toward his next big target. In a bold post-fight statement, Stevenson publicly called out Conor Benn, challenging him to step into the ring under the same rehydration clause Benn previously accepted for his bout with Chris Eubank Jr. Shakur made it clear that if Benn truly wants to prove himself against elite competition, he should have no issue agreeing to fair and familiar terms. Conor Benn quickly fired back, brushing off Stevenson's challenge with confidence and a touch of sarcasm. Benn questioned Shakur's physical size, claiming Stevenson is simply too small to pose a real threat and lacks the punching power needed to trouble him. More importantly, Benn drew a firm line in the sand by refusing to accept any rehydration clause, stating that he would not allow restrictions to dictate his performance. This disagreement over weight conditions immediately became the biggest obstacle in making the fight a reality.
Great fighter, phenomenal fighter. Boring, but he's a future pound for pound great, you know what I mean? He's a good fighter, but boring.
Were you surprised at all that the cards were what they were and that it was
I was surprised. He made the fight look as easy as he did. Very surprised. Credit to him.
What do you think about his call out, Conor?
He can get it. You think I'm worried? Yeah, he will know he's been in a fight. He'll go home sore and broken. He'll know he's been in a fight.
Are you willing to agree to that rehydration clause?
Like,
No?
he ain't making excuses already. If you want to come up with the big boys, come up with the big boys.
So how does the fight happen? Because he's too small otherwise.
Well, then ask that to him. But don't be talking in the ring and then want to come up with something.
Thank you, Conor.
Shakur Stevenson responded calmly but confidently, stating that his goals in boxing go far beyond comfort zones or easy matchups. Addressing critics who argue that he is too short or undersized to face Conor Benn, Stevenson dismissed the doubts entirely. He emphasized that boxing is about skill, timing, and intelligence, not just size, and promised that if the fight ever happens, he will prove the skeptics wrong inside the ring.
I'm into big fights. I like big fights. I like big money fights. I like proving that I'm the best, and I like doing things that people say I can't do. There's a lot of people that will say that I'm too little for Conor Benn, and I can't do it. So it makes for a tremendous fight. It's gonna be a good beef. I like the beef. I like the story behind it, and it's a tremendous fight.
Just wanted to follow up on the Conor Benn conversation. I saw him after the fight, and I just asked him. I said, "Hey, would you agree to that rehydration clause?" And he said, "F no." So my question for you is, how does that fight get made then?
If he's not going to agree, then we probably don't fight. So he's just wasting time. We'll see. But I'm a businessman at the end of the day, and like I said, he did a rehydration clause with Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank was in the ring half dead. Why can't he do?
Stevenson also touched on the growing tension between himself and Benn, predicting that the build-up to a potential fight would be filled with intense drama. He described the rivalry as good beef, suggesting that the personal edge and competitive fire between them would only add fuel to the excitement. Shakur teased fans by hinting that the animosity would make the matchup explosive, not just on fight night but throughout the entire promotion.
It'll be a good beef. I like the beef. I like the story behind it, and it's a tremendous fight.
Shakur, Kevin Garcia. I just wanted to follow up on the Conor Benn conversation. I saw him after the fight, and I just asked him. I said, "Hey, would you agree to that rehydration clause?" And he said, "F no." So my question for you is, how does that fight get made then?
If he's not going to agree, then we probably don't fight. So he's just wasting time. We'll see. But I'm a businessman at the end of the day, and Like I said, he did a rehydration clause with Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank was in the ring half dead. Why can't he do the same thing?
Meanwhile, Conor Benn took another shot at Stevenson by labeling him a boring fighter. Benn criticized Shakur's technical, defense-first style, implying that it lacks aggression and entertainment value. According to Benn, Stevenson's methodical approach makes fights predictable and less exciting for fans, reinforcing his belief that Shakur's style doesn't belong in blockbuster events.
You know, and he's a future pound for pounder, but ultimately, he's boring as fuck. I mean, oh my gosh, boring. But he's a great fighter. Depends what you like to watch. I like entertainment. I like value for money.
Did you not think, though, it was a dominant performance? That in turn...
It's dominant, but that means it was exciting or entertaining.
So is that not a fight that you would want? Because I know you want...
We can do it next, no problem. If he wants it next, he can have it. He ain't going to call me out. You know, I'm here in his home city, do you know what I mean?
Why are you levels above, in your opinion, then, Shakur?
It's not even levels above. He's a smaller man and I'd use that to my advantage. I'm too explosive and I punch a lot harder.
But earlier I saw you with Rolly Romero. It got a bit heated in front of me. What happened there?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm just on smoke.
Is that the fight you want next, then?
Listen, all of them together. I'll come over here if I'm all over here.
You said yesterday that that was the fight that you wanted to make, and on the red carpet you were saying to him, let's make it now.
I really grind Garcia's a fight to make, but if that fight don't materialise, listen, I ain't sure what...
Promoter Eddie Hearn added further intrigue by expressing optimism about the possibility of making the fight. While acknowledging the excitement surrounding the matchup, Hearn emphasized that everything depends on timing, weight, and contractual terms. He made it clear that negotiations would not be simple and that both fighters would need to compromise if the bout is ever to be finalized.
Fully confident he'd win the fight. I didn't think he'd win it as widely as that. It made him look average in there. And that's because Shakur is so good, his IQ is so good, his footwork is so good. I actually think he could have stopped here, but didn't need to. It was so easy. He's a 4-division world champion at 28 years of age. Phenomenal. I think sometimes people think that you know, Teo can do a little bit more, but like every time he tried to, he was just getting countered, peppered, and yeah, it was phenomenal to watch. I still dream of Conor Benn winning a world title. We also squared off with Rolly Romero tonight. There's another potential fight. His Excellency talked about a Ryan Garcia fight in September. Shakur's, you know, these guys are DMing each other saying let's fight. So we'll see. The plans are well and truly underway for Conor, and hopefully we can get that fight locked in for May. Conor, like, as soon as he heard his name, he was straight in there. So that's what you get from me. As I always say, it's on site with Conor Benn, and looking forward to getting his next fight.
Fellow boxer Edgar Berlanga shared his enthusiasm for the potential showdown, saying he would love to see Shakur Stevenson face Conor Benn in London. Berlanga believes the fight would be massive for the sport, combining elite skills, strong personalities, and international appeal. In his view, it's the kind of high-profile, must-watch event that boxing fans crave.
Stevenson, what did you make of his performance this evening?
BTA. Easy work, man. My brother did his thing. I'm proud of him.
Look, people did have him as the favourite going in, but he dominated that fight. It was emphatic.
I texted him that last night. I said, going in, just dominate him. And that's exactly what he did. You know, he shout out to Shakur. You know, he did his thing, and I'm proud of him.
There's a lot of talk about him in the pound-for-pound list. Where does that put him now?
One of the greats. Future great for sure. Future legend.
Last one for you. We saw Conor Benn get in the ring. They had a bit of a heated
That's going to be a good one, man. They got to do that in London.
Is that a fight you want to see, though?
Hell yeah. Conor Benn is my brother, too, man. So that'll be a goodie right there, you know?
Who's going to win that fight, then?
I don't know. No comment. Those are my brothers, man. They're going to make a lot of money.
Trainer Wally Moses weighed in on the controversial topic of rehydration clauses, explaining that such rules are designed to prevent fighters from gaining a significant size advantage after weigh-ins. Moses noted that Stevenson's insistence on a rehydration clause is about fairness, especially since Benn previously agreed to similar terms against Chris Eubank Jr. While Moses did not directly compare Benn and Stevenson in detail, his emphasis on defense and technical mastery aligns with areas where Stevenson is widely considered superior.
What weight would you like to see Shakur campaign at moving forward? He's flirted with going back to 135. The Conor Benn fight's been talked about a lot tonight.
I'm finished business at 135, and you know, 130 Conor Benn and all that. Those things is things that he wants. See, one thing, Shakur will take on any task. He don't like a challenge. He loves a challenge. So Anybody challenge him, he can get it. We're lucky he didn't have to fight Anthony Joshua. He didn't challenge.
Conor Benn, it sounds like, they've got to win after it a little bit, which is great, right? I mean, it kind of builds up something, but that's another weight class, right? Another 7 pounds.
Another weight class, but, when I seen Conor Benn, just now, he came up there with the aspect like he's a really big guy, but he's not a really big guy, so I don't want to think he got so much power and he's so strong, He's not no killer, you see him? Seem like a killer to you?
Eddie Hearn later expanded on the discussion, calling Shakur Stevenson a generational talent and praising his dominant victory over an elite opponent like Lopez. Hearn highlighted Stevenson's rare achievement of becoming a 4-division world champion at just 28 years old. However, he also pointed out that a move to 147 pounds could shift the balance, giving Benn an advantage due to his size and power. While Benn is fearless and willing to fight anyone, Hearn admitted he still lacks world-level experience. The refusal to accept a rehydration clause remains a major complication.
Benn versus Shakur, something you would like to...
They each other like every other day about it. They go back and forward, back and forward. Conor Benn will fight anybody. I think what Shakur proved tonight is that he is just a generational talent. I mean, he made an elite fighter look very, very average tonight, and to be a 4-division champion at 28 years of age is unbelievable. The way that he's doing it, it's not even coming out of first gear. So Conor Benn would have a massive challenge on his hands, but he's up for anything. I want to see Conor Benn win a world title. He also faced off with Rolly Romero tonight, which is a great fight in a welterweight division. So Conor Benn will fight anybody. I have no fear of that.
Eddie in the back, Kevin Garcia. Just a follow-up question on the Conor Benn thing. One, do you think that, I know you just said it'd be a massive challenge for Conor, but is it a bridge too far? Going to 147?
Well, I think that's the only way Shakur's going to get beaten. On a level plane.
For now, Hearn suggested that Benn's immediate future may lie in pursuing a world title at 147 pounds. While acknowledging the difficulty of such a challenge, he praised Benn's punching power and determination. The Stevenson fight may be unlikely at the moment, but it remains one of the most intriguing possibilities in boxing.
It's very difficult for Shakur to get beaten by anybody, because a level playing field probably for him is 135. I actually thought he looked quite powerful at 140. I actually thought he could have stopped Teofimo Lopez if he would have maybe put his foot on the gas. He didn't need to, but I thought his punches looked solid in there tonight. I thought he looked like he had the heavier hands of the two. So if Conor Benn can crack at 147, and he's a big 147, so what he's lacking in probably a little bit of experience at world level, he's making up for in size.
This is my follow-up question. I asked Conor after he got out the ring, would he take that fight on with the rehydration clause? He said no. He said F no, to be exact. How does that fight get made then? Ever?
I mean, it's up to Shakur, Look, I think that it's a kind of like a fantasy matchup. I don't think Shakur necessarily has plans to move to 147. You can speak to him about that soon. But, when people talk about the rehydration clause, people say, well, Eubank had a rehydration clause. Conor moved up 2 weight divisions to fight Eubank. And ultimately, you get what you negotiate. So that's what we agreed to. It's up to Conor Benn whether he does the same, but he would only be, he'd be coming down to his natural weight. So, and Shakur now would be coming up 1 division.
Last question, do you want to see that fight?
Yeah, I think, it's just a tough fight. Like I said, Conor has the size advantage, he can really punch, and I think he's live against anybody, but Shakur has great experience. And I would like to see Conor Benn fight for a world title at 147, and I think those fights, I think Conor's going to get them.
This rivalry did not emerge overnight. Stevenson has been calling out Conor Benn for months, even before his explosive post-fight challenge. Earlier in 2025, Shakur publicly targeted Benn on social media, offering to move up in weight and wait for him. Their tension spilled into live interviews and studio appearances, where heated exchanges nearly turned physical, with both fighters trading sharp words about skill, toughness, and fighting style.
I'm down and fight you at 147 in November.
November, yeah.
Done. I'll fight you at 147. I'll fight you at 147. No. I don't hear no excuses. I don't hear no excuses.
After I beat you, just tell me I'm great.
You ain't great. Listen, you know what? No. After I beat you. I'm not gonna change. I watched the fight. Your IQ's phenomenal.
Appreciate you.
Phenomenal.
Appreciate you.
You're not that
thought
good.
you-
You're not
I
that
thought
good.
you
You're not
did
that
good
good.
last fight
You're
too.
not that good looking though.
Appreciate you.
So you can't take that one.
Okay.
But I will battle you at 147. I will
So
battle you.
we're gonna make the fight happen.
Let's
at
make it happen.
147.
147
After I
December.
beat you, are you gonna tell me I'm great?
No, I'm not going to tell you you're great.
Why?
Because I don't.
If I beat you, I move up 2 weight classes to beat you.
If you beat me, I will. You know what? I'll tell you you're great.
And if you beat me, I'll tell you you great.
All right, done.
But you're not beating me.
As far as stipulations go, that's a pretty simple one.
That's it.
All he wants is
I just did. All I
say
want
that
is your
he's
respect.
great.
That's all.
You have my respect anyway.
Yeah. You got my respect too, bro. You're a hell of a fighter. Bro.
But listen, you come up to 147. That's where I'm at my most dangerous.
That don't scare me.
It shouldn't scare you. You're a fighter. If it did scare you, I'd be very worried.
I got a question for you.
But I see you coming in with your glasses on, you don't want to look me in the eye.
Excuse me, brother. I like how you said that. I like how you said that.
Excuse me, brother.
But look.
Stevenson further reinforced his confidence by reminding fans of his deep boxing roots. He revealed that he began boxing at just 5 years old and has now spent 23 years in the sport. With that level of experience, Shakur firmly believes Benn cannot outbox him. He stressed that his lifelong dedication, technical refinement, and ring intelligence would be the deciding factors if they ever meet.
A question. How many amateur fights you had?
22, 23.
When did you start boxing?
17.
17 years old. You're cooked. You're cooked.
Because of
You start boxing at what age?
17.
You're cooked.
I don't know what that's supposed to mean. It's cooked.
You're
What's
cooked.
cooked mean?
meaning like you're in trouble.
You're cooked.
Of what?
Of me.
Of you.
Why
Of taking
do you
the
say
piss.
that? Why is the 17 the indication that
I started boxing when I was 5 years old. I'm in this game. I've been in this game for 23 years. How many years you been in this?
It doesn't matter. We can do
You
it.
can't
Listen,
beat me.
That's fine.
You can't beat me.
That's fine. I
That's
love a
how I
challenge.
feel.
He's making me want to get up now and cheat. You're making me
No,
want to get up now
you're
and
not
have
gonna
a
do
fight.
that. You're not gonna
No,
do
but
that.
you're making me get up now and want to have a
You're
fight.
not going to do that though, champ.
Well, I know, but I know right now if we was to handle it, I'd handle it.
Bro, that's your opinion. You're supposed to have your opinion.
Yeah, it's good.
But look. We're boxers. We're boxers.
We're
So
fighters, yeah.
let's keep it boxing.
You're a boxer. I'm a fighter.
Come in and fight me, and I'm going to box your head off.
You do that, and I'll come there and take your head off.
And I'm going to box your head off.
Do your best.
147. Let's make.
Meanwhile, Teofimo Lopez appeared reflective and emotionally affected in post-fight interviews. While accepting the loss with professionalism, he spoke about handling defeat with the same mindset as victory. Lopez framed the moment as a life lesson, emphasizing resilience and the heart of a champion. Yet as he continued speaking, it became clear that the loss affected him deeply, revealing emotional struggles that extended beyond the ring.
Let's just say a record attendance here at MHD.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Tonight, and a lot of those fans coming out for yourself. Proud that you've been able to do that as a New Yorker yourself.
Yeah, I'm actually grateful. I'm grateful for it. You know, it's definitely something that was a dream of mine, and we accomplished that. We didn't get the win that we wanted to tonight, but you know, no matter what, we did something more than anything. We brought everybody out here to watch and witness. Just a greatness, yeah, really, greatness.
When I saw you walking through the corridor, I said, "How are you?" And you said, "Hey, I've got to take my losses like I take my wins."
Yeah.
Obviously, you have been in this position before, but you seem like a man who, obviously, a little bit deflated, but understanding that that's
What you
part of
talking
life
about?
and it's part
What
of
you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? No, honestly, look, I look at it like this. It's a prime example. When life comes at you, it'll come at you in many ways, and you gotta treat it like a champ. That's it. You gotta treat it like a champ. Tell yourself it's okay. I learned from it, and I treat it like a champ.
From the opening bell, Shakur Stevenson controlled the fight's pace and distance, preventing Lopez from finding rhythm or momentum. As the rounds progressed, Lopez's frustration became visible. Despite attempts to press forward and adjust, he was unable to generate sustained success. By the final bell, his body language reflected disappointment, making it clear that the outcome fell short of his expectations.
What's up, man? How you doing,
Your
man?
thoughts on tonight?
Just grateful to be here, man. That's all.
You put on a performance tonight and unfortunately came up short, but what was it that surprised you about Shakur Stevenson?
Nothing at all, man. Just didn't come with the right plan. That's all. Better man won tonight. Good fan.
Do you feel like you'd like to run it back at some point with Shakur? I know you're someone that always wants to, like that time Cambodia speaking, you want to do it straight away, right?
We'll see what happens next, man. I'm gonna let my team do the work on that.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Boxing legend Andre Ward offered high praise for Stevenson's performance, highlighting his exceptional ring IQ, athleticism, and adaptability. Ward described Shakur as a blank canvas, capable of adjusting his style mid-fight and executing any strategy required. Analysts echoed this sentiment, pointing to Stevenson's movement, range control, and tactical versatility as key factors in his dominant win over Lopez. Ward's comments reflect a broader consensus that Stevenson's technical brilliance sets him apart from many of his contemporaries.
You better leave that alone.
What did you think of Shakur's performance?
He did what he had to do, man. You know, there's always room for improvement. You know, I think he had a lot of stuff he could have did, but he's so talented and gifted, man. You know, you also got to trust what he's seeing in there. You know, we're on the outside, you know. But I think he put on a tremendous performance, and obviously, you know, the level he's at, you always look for things he could do better, you know.
What did you see from the outside that he made?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know, like I think it was a lot of body work and stuff like that he could have touched on, but again, he's in there, you know, so he's seeing stuff, he's feeling the punches. We not, so you got to trust what he's seeing.
Teofimo just couldn't get going.
He put on what he tried to get going, he just wasn't allowed to. So it's just the distance and range that Shakur has just perfected throughout the years, and then making him pay when he does that discourages him to not want to punch anymore. And I think he was out of answers in the first round. Honestly, I think he didn't really have any answers. When Teo starts doing little certain things with his hands, starts playing the clown game, he got an answer. He's down in just one shot. So Shakur just stayed focused, stayed locked in. And, you know, was at 4 divisions now, 26, 30, 35, 40.
Conor Benn later intensified the drama by firmly rejecting Stevenson's rehydration clause demand. Turning the negotiation into a spectacle, Benn reportedly set a massive financial condition, stating that if Stevenson truly wants the clause, the fight would require a payday of around $20 million. This effectively shifted the clause from a sporting condition to a financial bargaining chip, further complicating talks.
The one talking,
he wants a
not
rehydration
me.
clause.
Yeah, well, he can. You know what? I'm gonna keep it PG today, but he can go himself.
Yeah.
And if he wants a rehydration clause, pay me 20 million. I might consider it.
Yeah.
20 million, that's the number. But I'll happily give him a beating for free as well. So it's like a bit of a. I'll do it for free, but then also, yeah, if you want a rehydration clause, do it for 20 mil. Yeah. You ain't calling.
With tensions rising and opinions divided, the potential showdown between Shakur Stevenson and Conor Benn continues to spark debate across the boxing world. Would skill and precision overcome size and power, or would physical advantages tilt the scales? Fans are left to speculate as negotiations remain uncertain. What do you think about this matchup? Let us know in the comments.